death. It's very sad because why the way they are dying with all the efforts, it shows that there is no backup, there is no safety net for them. After all the work they've done, they put in a whole lot of effort in creating everlasting content. Because to be honest, most people even upload most of these their videos on their movies online on YouTube and make money off it, and nothing, no single kobo goes to these veterans, people that act in Nollywood. They're exploited by the producers, they're exploited by distributors, they're exploited by pirates. Please not, let's even leave their royalties. I don't want to spend so much time saying, um, you know, there is no there's no healthcare system in the country. Yes, there isn't, but there is barely anyway. But we also have to look at the fact that Nollywood is not structured. The entertainment industry is not structured properly because it's worrisome. How can you see? Okay, for example, most of the movies you guys are seeing online, old movies, some movies, Living in Bondage, the first edition, Evil Men, a lot of all these movies that these guys have seen, like, or have acted in the year 1991, 92, 93, 94, 95. You get me? Some of these movies, if it's in a properly structured system, these movies will be getting royalties because they are taken, they are broadcasted on TV, they are remastered. But the problem is the people that even acted it have moved on from the movies. So it's sad when you now see the way the actors are dying after the hard work they've done. It's not impressive at all. Okay, the producers will exploit them. Of course, they don't pay them very well. Some of them actually act these things based on passion. Actors, the Nollywood actors, because when I saw that Mr. Ibu with all the pain and everything had died, no matter how much you want to put it, that yeah, some people want to probably blame it on the way he handled his family or whatever. That's different. That guy in a sane climb will be a multimillionaire in dollars. He will be a multimillionaire in dollars. I'm talking about Mr. Ibu, for example. Because if we had a system where people were charging for image rights, copyright, that is also that you guys use for your memes, you will see that if it's in a proper society, he would probably have gotten an endorsement. He would have been very rich, extremely. I'm not saying, I even think they are doing better. But you see that some of these Nollywood actors, and they have gone through a lot of exploitation. People are sucking them dry. Let's even leave the government that people want to blame for, healthcare system. Nollywood is not structured properly. It's not structured to take care of those who work very hard. You will see movies that have been uploaded since the year 1991. Some of these movies are littered all over YouTube. People are watching them for free and exploiting them for free. People are monetizing these movies for free on YouTube. Why are these movies haven't been taken down as people intellectual property? So that they can be getting royalties. And again, I think they also need to review the contractual, the contracts in Nollywood. If as an actor, you should be able to sign a contract where you can say, when the movie grosses this certain amount of income, I should be getting royalties from these movies. Yes, that people have this kind of contracts. Nollywood does not have that available. So, and it's a system where, even the producers are not supported. The studios, Nollywood studios are not supported. So, if, for example, I use let's say 100 million that I borrowed anyway to create a movie, to shoot a movie, if the movie grosses in the box office, I even sometimes might be feeling like I'm doing my actors a favor. Some of them will not want to ask, okay, sir, how much are we making here? Some of them are giving peanuts. Some of them think what they are getting paid is even very big. For example, people are supposed to be getting paid. There is something they call present compensation and continuous royalties. It's just like people who are in music. You should be getting royalties from some of your songs that some of them don't even know. But some of these songs are littered on YouTube. Some of them are used for commercials. Some of the ideas have been reimagined and revisited for production. And some of these actors don't know. So it calls to question. I don't know I think it's AGN, that is the Actors Guild of Nigeria. Some of these guys, whenever they want to go and campaign for a politician, I think they should start asking the proper questions. You know, they should start asking the politicians proper questions. Whenever you're going to campaign for a politician, ask the politician, how can you help us structure this industry? What are the, should we have pension? What is the fund? For example, there should be something like maybe a veteran fund. Meaning that if you have acted, for example, I'm proposing something that I can say, for people who have acted so and so movies or this number of movies, did you know that some people have made 100 movies, 200 movies, and they featured in this Nollywood, but they've not made, they can't even pay their children's school fees. So if I want to propose that kind of fund, I will say number one, for people who have acted so and so kind of movies, if it's Asaba movies, if it is maybe if you are registered with the AGN, the Actors Guild of Nigeria, you should be entitled to this kind of fund, so that our actors, whenever they are acting or campaigning for all these politicians, ask the right questions. And copyright is another issue. A whole lot of people are exploiting them. Producers will exploit you, pay you peanuts. Some of them are passionate about these things. I also think the long-term value of Nollywood has not been tapped into yet. The long-term value, meaning movies that are 20 years old, some of them have been taken back again, revisited, rewired, reimagined, and reproduced for better value today. I understand that in those days, the movies that were available then may not have been of proper visual quality. So it's easy to forget them. But if you know how many movies are probably copying from the past movies, you would know that it's a whole lot of copyright infringement. It's crazy money for these actors. Because if I acted or if I created a movie in the year 2005 and I see somebody else using that concept right now, it is an opportunity for me to cash out big time. You see all these people that are uploading movies on YouTube, Nollywood movies. It's just a matter of time for people to just go and claim these movies. Just write to YouTube and claim them. YouTube will be paying you from the royalty. YouTube will be paying you if your copyright claim is proper. A whole lot of people are uploading thousands of movies on YouTube that are old movies that when people were watching VHS, cassette movies, CD movies, you take these movies, you pack them from wherever you bought them, you go and upload them as if it's your own. And the real people who acted the movies are dying of hunger. Let's not talk about the producers. Sometimes the producers also tend to exploit people with poor contracts. Agents exploit people with poor contracts. It's still happening today. Whether it's Yoruba movie industry, whether it's Asaba, whether it is Nollywood, the Netflix. When people tell you how much they are getting paid to just feature, because some of them is a career. And some of them want to be on the spotlight so bad. Some of them are passionate about this thing, but it's dangerous because if you are too passionate about something and you don't know the business side of it, you will fail woefully. You will just be telling plenty stories. And that is why you notice that a whole lot of them do not have any backup plan. Some people have made some funny allegations that, why is that it's only the women, the Nollywood actresses that are making so much money in Nollywood? Well, it's very clear that most of those women have more access to capital. The women also they do business. The men don't have that opportunity anyway. So that's, by the way, about Nollywood, because I find it very sad if I see the number of people that are dying. And I also think it calls to question health education in Nigeria. You see, health education, as we see it, most of us want to live like our ancestors. We want to eat plenty meat. We forget that our ancestors were working. They were very active. They were fit. They were going to the farm regularly. They were eating healthy. They were eating fresh. To have big stomach, he's not big man these days, please. Having big stomach, looking, heavy. It's not big man mentality, please. It is a misplaced way of looking at things. A whole lot of us want to believe that we want to live like our ancestors, basically. Guys, healthy food, diet is messed up these days. The diets that we eat, the food we eat these days, most of them are GMO, genetically modified. They have been messed up, so be careful what you put in your system. Health education is also crazy. Please move more, because we're in a generation where we move less. Our foods are not even healthy. There's pollution in the air. Everything is messed up. The health system is not even, doctors are traveling abroad. So I don't even know what to say, but when I saw that, Mr. Ibu gave up, he went. I mean, the man has been through a lot. So no matter how much you want to look at it, Nollywood, our entertain. In fact, I think Dr. Fresh, or it is Daddy Fresh. I saw another news again, Daddy Fresh. One popular guy who sang if it's not Gen Z that are watching right now, but they will remember the song. I also heard he's sick. So he's very, very sad, and something has to be done. So don't blame all this Burna Boy and Whiskey that do not send anybody. They don't think anybody paid for them. It's because the industry is not structured. That's why you see, if an industry is structured very well, if any musician, if any station does not want to play you or play your song, that station can get, fined. Are you checking what you have on fire? So any station that doesn't play you as an artist can get banned, can get queried, can get some kind of fine, suspended. It does it, there's a structure. But as an upcoming artist now, somebody can bully you because there's no structure in the system to checkmate them. If tomorrow you wake up one day and see nobody paved it for you, maybe you are right. Maybe you are just right. So if we are looking carefully at the system does not encourage organization. Okay, there are some people who are assigned to record labels. Record label is collecting the money. Record label is not giving them the royalties. People that are even assigned, I think P-Man or whatever is assigned to collect these royalties. What is going on? So structure is very, very important. There are chances that if you are an upcoming artist right now, if you enter the music industry, if you see what your eyes will see, payola, when DJs ask you to bring money for them to play your song, by the time you settle this person with your money, if you blow tomorrow, would you want to see somebody pay to do it for you? Same thing that is happening in Nollywood. There is no structure. Nobody's catering for them. Nobody's taking care of them. Anybody will blow, just blow. It just blew by God's grace. So if you think about these things, you see that every industry is self-made, except the oil and gas, of course, because now they're money. But every industry in Nollywood, right, in Nigeria, most of them now then they pull on. They're the ones pushing it themselves. That's just about the entertainment industry, because I don't blame the boys who are traveling out of the country, pushing their songs. They're not looking back. They're not sending anybody. They're not even sending their Nigerian fans, because most of them have noticed that they just need a platform to move. You won't blame them. So, do you know there are so many people who have seen Nigerian movies in Gambia, in Namibia, our movies travel, but their point of distribution is basically piracy. People are pirating. It's not like they're taking legal ways of distribution. If you're distributing something properly, you will still be getting the money. Most of these movies are exported through piracy. That's why whenever you can act, as an actor now, if you release a movie right now in Nigeria, in Lagos, Nigeria, if you release a movie in Lagos, Nigeria right now, you'll be shocked that, for example, somebody in Ghana has seen your movie. I'm not talking about Netflix, so I'm talking about during the VHS era, the cassette era, the CD era. Somebody in Cameroon has seen your movie. Meanwhile, you are broke. How did the movies get there? Distribution is poor. Distribution has failed. Distribution is collapsed. So these are the things that make these people broke. There is no system in Nigeria right now that is not self-made. So if people like Burna Boy wake up one day and tell you, nobody paved it for me, you know what in your eyes see. You know what in your eyes see. That's by the way. Then I think I saw a video where, no, of course, the headline, Ghana decided that they wanted to sign their LGBTQ, anti-LGBTQ law, the bill, they wanted to sign it. And a whole lot of speculation started coming up on World Bank. Would World Bank sanction them or even withdraw funding if they sign that kind of law? I've been saying it. If you watch some of our videos on the channel, you'll notice that I've been saying constantly that Africa needs to be independent. I read a whole lot of news article on this topic, Will Ghana stop because the money is over billions of dollars. So it's over $1 billion. So will Ghana pause in signing the anti-gay bill, or go and sign it and lose money? Because Ghana is just trying to pull itself out of recession right now. Honestly speaking, Ghana is trying to pull itself out of recession. The World Bank is funding it. The World Bank is not funding a part of their budget. I read it online now. Their Ministry of Finance is saying that, well, that, African Development Bank also gives them some money. So African Development Bank does not have a problem. They still support their whatever they do. There's no sanction. But the real Westerners, World Bank, IMF, are the major funders of, they have a huge funding on the Ghanaian budget, their federal budget. If they pull out their funding, it means Ghana don't enter wahala like that. So see, he who pays the piper dictates the tune, basically. The simple thing is just that anybody who is paying you, they will hold you by the tail and be controlling you wherever they like. This is not the first time. Africa is so indebted. That's why Africa cannot grow, because you see, these people, they have us by the neck. These guys have us by the neck, and it is so annoying. Because this thing is basically that we have, firstly, we've mismanaged everything. We've run down the whole business of governance. Governance is very expensive. It's not even that this money said that the World Bank is bringing, that it will be instrumental in any way. It is still politicians that will somehow embezzle the money. But it calls to question if you are expecting that your president to think about you, if you're expecting that your presidents are strong enough to make decisions that affect you, then that means you are sleeping. It calls to question the fact that I just noticed that everybody has a dream. Americans have a dream. Chinese people have a dream. Do we really have an African dream? It's a question that we need to ask ourselves. Do we have an African dream? Because it's just like we're just begging. The other day, Ukraine sent grains to Nigeria. Ukraine that is in war. Ukraine is war-torn currently, and they are sending grains to Nigeria. So now, Ghana is scared of signing their anti-gay rights bill because they don't know what it holds. Their presidency, Akufo, or whatever that his name is worried. He has not signed the bill yet. He's still under speculation whether he's going to sign it or not. But it's sad though. It is really sad that we do not have a strong African. Nigeria, which is supposed to be the giant of Africa, does not self-fund itself. I told you guys, I saw the list of the 10 richest countries the IMF released. By the way, I don't know who gave the IMF the authority to judge who is rich and who is not rich from their headquarters. But it tells you most of the richest African countries right now, the 10, I saw the list, most of them are diversifying. There's Botswana on the list, there's Morocco. You people should stay there and be forming. Ghana is not even on the list. You are just fighting jollof rice. Who has the best jollof rice? Ghana is on the list. Nigeria is on the list of the richest countries. The 10 richest countries: Botswana, Morocco, Libya, there is Mauritius. Some of these countries that you are not even expecting. In the list, they are rich. And how did they get there? Most of them diversified. Most of them managed what they had. Libya got rich from what is called oil resources. The same oil that Nigeria has not been able to account since 1970 or what. The same oil that NNPC is not accounting what it is making to anybody in this country. Libya. I even think they say Africa is Nigeria still the 6th. Before, I know Nigeria used to be like the 6th biggest oil producer in the world. Abi, if I'm correct, or in Africa, I don't know. But look at it. There is no free school fees. There is no. So for some people who like arguing in favor of rubbish or in favor of corruption, if you try to tell somebody, but these people are doing it better, they'll tell you, well, do they do this too? There are cities and countries in European Union where their students do not pay tuition fee. Their students do not pay tuition fee as long as you're part of the EU, the European Union. Most of these countries don't even have oil. Nigeria has oil. Why is Nigeria asking the students to get loan to go to school? Federal loan. Guys, it calls to question the fact that the real problem of this continent, in fact, I won't say continent again because most of these countries are leaving us. Botswana has left us already. They're now boiling. Libya is boiling. Morocco boiling. Mauritius boiling. Mauritius diversified its economy and made itself a tourist destination. Nigeria has everything Mauritius has. Nigeria has everything Morocco has, even more. Nigeria has exactly what Libya has, oil. And it's not only oil we have, we just want to kill ourselves on the oil. So you ask yourself this question, and you see that the reason why we are the way we are is a lack of vision. Because there are different visions. People have different visions of the country. And the truth is, there is really no national identity. The Nigerian will firstly want to identify, except when it's outside the country. The Nigerian man wants to firstly identify as Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa, before anything. That's the Nigerian man. There is no national identity. That's why there's no Nigerian dream. The Nigerian dream for most people is to leave the country. Imagine a Nigerian dream being jackpotting. That's crazy. That's massive. Hey God. So, the lack of vision, the lack of unity, most people do not see a Nigeria where they are there. In fact, they want to break away because they have been too frustrated. Anybody who is going, okay, for example, how do you bring unity? How do you make a national dream come true, a Nigerian dream? It means that you must firstly believe that you're Nigerian. Even you said that you're watching, do you think you're Nigerian? So, if we look closely at these things, we would ask ourselves and notice that the people themselves do not have a vision. That's why they cannot select good leaders. It is the lack of vision in Nigeria, in Nigerians, for themselves, for their country. It is why we are the way we are. Lack of vision, lack of knowledge. That's why we are perishing in this country. That's why we are just going. There's no knowledge. People are going to the ballot box to vote without knowledge. That's why I even think democracy, see, the democracy that you guys are hyping is not for Nigeria. Western democracy is, we need to revise our own kind of democracy, because most of the problems that is affecting this country is foundational. And democracy, which is Western, cannot solve it, because democracy has to be a majority of the people. In Nigeria, we are too divided. If there's no majority in Nigeria right now. There's the Igbos, there's Hausas, there are Yorubas, there are ethnic people, there are many people. America may tell you that they are doing democracy, but the truth is they're just doing what is called white democracy. Meaning, it's the white guys that really decide who to elect at the end of the day. In Nigeria, ask yourself who's the majority. Maybe the North. So if you really want to have a proper democracy, let the country be regional. Let the country be regional so that the center is loose. That's proper federalism. At the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, now we use our handle ourselves, and it's sad. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Let me know what you think in the comment section. We'll keep thinking and thinking and thinking, but it's important that Nigeria grows and builds itself. Ghana too, I hope I send love to Ghana as well. Cheers, guys. See you guys soon.